Today we're going to be creating our own room designs. And we're going to be using just a few simple materials to create our own 3D room. So let's find out those materials and then we'll get started. So today we are going to be needing a pencil with an eraser, a Sharpie marker or a black marker, some scissors, a ruler or a straight edge, some tape, and something to color with. You can use colored pencils, crayons, markers, whatever materials you have available to you. We'll also be needing our canvas or our blank white piece of paper. I'm just using copy paper, but you can use sketchbook paper or any other paper you have available. It can be larger or smaller. Again, whatever materials you have available to you. So if you want to pause the video, gather these materials, then we'll get started. So now that we have all our supplies gathered, we're ready to begin. So what we're going to need first is just our piece of paper. What you're going to do is you're going to take the corner of your paper and we are going to be making a square. So how I'm going to do this is I'm going to pick up this corner and I'm going to fold it over. See, I'm slowly going across until I get a straight edge. And so until this corner meets with the edge of my paper. So I'm going to make sure I get a nice straight edge. I'm going to set that down. Make sure I get my corners in a triangle. So nice and lined up. And then I'm going to hold it and I'm going to seal that with my finger. So I'm just going to take my finger and push along the edge to get that. So you'll see like a little triangle with an extra piece of a rectangle on the bottom. So again, take your corner, slide it over until you get a straight edge. You're not going to take and meet it with the corners. You're just going to make it a nice straight edge. So this triangle won't match with this corner. It'll create with the side. So once you have this, you're going to take your pencil and you're just going to kind of mark a line following that edge. So you'll get, if you open it up, you'll have a square with a little rectangle. You're going to cut this off following that edge that you created. And you're just going to set this aside. So now we're left with a square. And as you can see, we have one line down the middle. We're going to need another line coming this way. So you're going to take the corner where a line goes through. So a line goes through these two ends. So you're going to take this corner and I'm going to make another fold. So I'm going to make these corners meet. Again, I'm going to seal it by taking my finger across. And then when I open it up, I will have 4 triangles within my square. What we're going to do is you're going to mark these triangles right now. So we're going to have this bottom one is going to be our floor. And our 2 sides are going to be our walls. So if you just want to lightly put down your walls and your floor, that way you know which one is which. This upper triangle here, we're going to write cut, because this is the triangle we are going to cut out. So once you have these marked, we're going to grab our straight edge or our ruler and we're going to line it up along that line. So along that folded line, we're going to line that up and we're just going to take our marker and just follow that edge to make an X within our square. Make sure that they are as lined up as close as possible. So making sure those corners meet. And we're going to follow that edge. So this acts as our dividing wall. So now we have little dividing marks. As you can see here on this example, we have some marker lines here and there's also some up there. It just helps separate the floor from the wall and where we want to cut out. So now that we have our design laid out, we know our floors, our 2 walls, and our area to cut out, we're going to begin to design our three-dimensional room. So in this room, there's a few things I'd like you to add. I'd like you to have a door, a rug, one window, some sort of lamp or lighting, and also a dresser, a couch, or some sort of furniture. So doing those few items, you're gonna need, again, a door, a rug, some sort of lighting, a window, and some sort of furniture. So 5 different things you can add. Other than that, you can have freedom to create your room however you would like. You can add some picture frames, some plants, you can add like a dog or a cat or some sort of animal, and you can also make your walls different colors, different patterns. It is up to you. Use your creative imagination that I know you have to create these rooms. And there's also a few little tips I'd like to share with you on how to do your designs. So if I open this up, I'm going to show you how we design our room. So it may look like these are a little confusing, like how do you draw that? And it's pretty simple. What you're going to do is you're going to start with your floor. With your floor, you're going to do a hardwood floor like this, or a checkerboard floor. With hardwood floors, you're going to take your ruler and you're going to start and line up with one edge. So say I'm going to be using this line right here. So that Sharpie line I drew, I'm going to move my ruler over, little by little, drawing different lines as spaced out as I was like. So these are pretty close together, but I could also have them further apart. It is up to you on that. If you wanted to do a checkerboard floor, you would create your lines like this, but then you would use the opposite line. So I would come over here to this side and I'd begin drawing lines this way. That would create a checkered pattern. It's up to you on how you want to use that, but you could use those 2 different methods to create your floor. So hardwood or checkered. Again, you have your rug, your door, a window, lamp, and some sort of furniture. So when you're drawing, say my door, I'm going to rotate my paper just like this, so it kind of looks like a kite. Taking my pencil, so after I have my floor done, so say I want to add a rug here, and I'm going to make my hardwood floor, I'm going to just draw, just normally, just like I would. I'm going to draw a door, say I want another window over here. Let's do a circle window this time. So I'm just drawing normally. I'm not putting any angles on them. Everything is straight up and down. So you're gonna draw, if you just tilt your paper, you'll be able to make those drawings. So if you want to start designing your different doors, your windows, and designing your room, do that now and we'll catch up with you at the end on how to put it all together. Have your design all colored in and created, you're going to take your scissors and we're going to cut out this triangle piece to look just like this. So you're just gonna follow those lines that we created with our Sharpie marker. We're gonna cut out that last square. And then we'll be ready to put it together and see what it looks like. So I'm going to take this piece, put it to the side, and I'm going to fold on my line. So I'm going to take this triangle piece and I'm going to fold where my floor line is. Seal it with my finger, and do the same thing to the other side. So I'm kind of just putting that triangle piece back to its spot. Sealing that line, making sure it's good. And it will stand on its own, so if you don't have tape, that's okay. It does stand on its own like this. But if you want to have a little extra security to it, you're going to take a piece of tape. I'm using masking tape, but you can use whatever tape you have available to you. And you're just going to take a little strip we're going to put it together. So you're going to take one side, and using half the tape, you're going to put half of it behind. And you notice the sticky side is up. So I'm going to put half of my tape on, so half of it's showing. I'm going to pull it back together, and then I'm going to pinch it once I have my edges connected. And there we go. All set and ready to go.